request you to think about some incident that you can also share in the group. कोई incident with somebody, some person, especially, you know, some conflict that has happened with somebody. Close your eyes, just see. And also see, yes, this is something I can share it also in the group. So if not, then okay, that is also fine. But see if you, what has happened? What happened? What was the event? How did you get into a conflict or rift or cold war with that person? And when it happened, what did you think? What did you feel? And how did you act? Take 1-2 minutes just to think about conflict with a person or a group of people also. If a group of people hurt you together, whatever has happened, वो अगर हुआ है तो how did that affect you? Thinking, feeling, acting. Don't cut it out. Don't cut it out. Think it now, telling, oh, I was naive at that time. If I was wise, I would have thought or I would have taken, oh, I could have forgiven that person. No. Just exactly उस टाइम में आपके साथ जो हुआ, आपने जो फील किया, जो एक्सपीरियंस किया, just try to feel that. Any relationship issue we are dealing with, we are new people who have joined. I again repeat, close your eyes and try to see किसी के साथ अगर problem हुआ है, at the time of the problem or it was an ongoing problem for many years, how do you think? What did you think at that time? What was your feeling? What did you feel? And how did you act? Yes. Yes. Tell me. Wants to share? Especially go for something that you can share so that we understand, okay, how does the thinking, feeling, and acting pattern works. In the morning, some people shared about their parents, mother. Someone shared about you know, sister, challenges with the sister, challenge with the mother. Yes, you can think about the boss. You can think about a friend. So yes. Or if you think that you don't want to name the person or situation, just what happened, feeling that happened, feeling that the thinking that happened, and how was your act? Who will go first? Or should I take names? Who else has joined? Okay, should try. They has joined. Yes, I can see Tonmo in the first lane. The first.
Can you please repeat it, Didi, one more time?
I said that when something happened recently, you don't need to name the person if you don't want to, but the experience that you had with that person, a negative experience I'm talking about. Thinking, what did you think when that happened? How did you feel? And how did you act?
Hmm. Actually, it's
Others
not
also
direct.
keep a note. We will come back to you. Yes?
Actually, it's not direct. But when I was thinking about that person,
Hmm.
so the thinking came, the negative thinking came automatically about the person,
Hmm.
and then even in past, I couldn't think about any any good thing about him. Only the negative thing is coming up about him, even though he's not that much. But due to some activities recently, it's
Hmm.
just popping up about that person.
Hmm.
Then, as I said, it's not direct face to face.
Hmm.
Just in my thinking, he just came and
Yeah, and how,
spoke.
what was the feeling? What was the
The feeling
feeling?
was feeling was also negative actually. The feeling is like that. The feeling is
Hmm.
like that. Okay. Actually, I was talking about.
Connect to the body, okay? Men have an issue with understanding difference between thinking and feeling.
Yes.
Men.
Uh,
And you have to understand, otherwise you'll not be able to. Transformation happens very fast, friends. Even
yeah.
therapies can happen very fast if you can connect to the feelings, because thinking sometimes it's neurosis, we make it up in the mind कि उसने ये किया वो किया, सच नहीं भी हो सकता है, लेकिन feelings never lie, the body can never lie. So connect to the feeling and just see
Yeah.
what is the feeling. Sometimes it's or the feeling of unworthy also. He makes me feel unworthy. He makes me feel, oh, I'm not good enough. He makes me feel inferior. You know, I feel
mm,
so. So these are like feeling. I feel unloved. I feel hurt, sad, angry. These are feelings. These are not thoughts. Angry, sad. This is a
it,
feeling.
it's a mix up of sad and angriness, both of this actually.
Mm.
But at last, came up with the summary that let it go, and if I can do something good to him, I will try. But I'm not expect. I will not expecting from
Mm.
him that he will he
Yeah.
will do he will do anything positive to me or anything good to me.
Yeah. But do you agree or not, friends? The most difficult problem in this world is relationship. Who agrees with me? बोलते
Yes,
पैसा
it's
भी
100%.
हाँ हाँ
100%. I agree.
पैसा भी ना आप the most difficult and the hardest karma among the three, they say health, relationship, and money. Among these three, the toughest of them is the relationship. Toughest karma, you know लगता है कि ब्रेक ही नहीं होता, इसके साथ ब्रेक हुआ तो किसी और के साथ हो गया, इजंट इट? लगता है ना कि इसके साथ कर्मा खरा ठीक हो गया तो कोई और आ गया जीवन में मेरा जीवन परेशान करने के लिए, बॉस आ गया या कोई आ गया. It's like that. Yeah, anybody else would like to try? Thank you so much, because I wanted, I especially, I'm so happy the men are learning how to feel. Okay, when I see think, you should be able to tell me think. Feel means connect to the body. Anger, sadness, frustration, these are feelings. Yes. Anybody else would like to try? Next, I can see, I cannot pick up so many of you, otherwise I will run short of time. Please pick up somebody, just tell me if something interesting you have to share. Hmm? Let me just randomly call and see who wants to. People who speak the less. The least speaker is Nipa. So Nipa, I want to hear from you.
Yes. Yesterday I was talking to my husband, from
Loud,
my
loud.
child. Can you hear me, Didi?
Yeah, a little bit more loud, dear.
Okay, Didi. Yeah, I was telling that yesterday I was talking to my husband
Hmm.
about my child. Like I have a cousin, I always take suggestion from her about my child. So
Mm.
I was sharing with that with my husband, and he was like, I always also tell you the same thing, but you don't take my opinion, but you always take your cousin's opinion. So all of a sudden I got so angry that why he said that, and I reacted like, you spoil the child, you give him screen time and all that. So it has become
Yeah, I'm so glad, when I hear, because
yes,
I want to hear from you, because then, I can also share my connected stories so that you can also get some, feedback from my life, how I've worked out. Yeah, thank you so much, Nipa. Beautiful experience, a little bit. See, this is how, sometimes vulnerability is so good. We don't need to pretend we are great people. We are humans. We will break down. We will have fights with our husband. It's so natural, you know.
so like I was sharing with him a little like something nice, but he just suddenly triggered me a lot with his
Yeah,
like
yeah.
statement. That's what I'm trying to say. But I
Yes,
shouldn't
yes.
react that much.
I get it. I get it. But we are all, in progress, right? So we are progressing. So it's okay when we make mistakes as well. Okay, so I will not ask anymore because I will run short of time then. We will have to do meditation. So thank you very much. So there is something called Naikan Reflection. Naikan Reflection it really works in my life, and I will tell you my story regarding my husband Panalal sitting here, and my challenges and how I use this Naikan Reflection to really work on myself. So Naikan Reflection, see, most of the time, most of the problems happen because we have a tendency to immediately anything happens and we have a tendency to blame people. Okay, and this is natural, it's nothing, but we spiritual people have to be very aware. Now we are becoming spiritual, we know the spiritual science, we understand that I am the creator of my life. I have attracted this in my life. Nobody has done. Even if somebody has done the worst of thing to me, that means I have to figure it out. Why did I attract this man in my life? What is my learning with this person? Okay, that we have already worked through a lot of different kinds of meditations and child we do to see, yeah, what is this person telling me, reflecting. Yeah, Naikan is a beautiful way of seeing the bigger picture of the problem. Sometimes we are only focused about me, mine, myself, and we don't see the bigger picture. Okay, that person with whom I am having a problem, that person is also a human being. The person might also have a perspective behind this situation that is happening between me and the other person. Okay, so um, Naikan has three questions. Naikan reflection is three questions. We can ask three questions and we will go into meditation as well. As I'm asking the questions, you all have the person in mind. Now you know the worst person you can think about it, because you don't have to share it in the group. Don't worry. Anything that you don't need to, don't. But think about the person who is giving you the worst trouble in your life. Okay? And now the first question you ask, what have I given the person? Good things. How have I contributed or helped, or in some way, emotionally, physically, material, monetarily, anyway, how have I helped that person? Just take some few minutes. You can, that's why I say, friends, sit with pen and paper. This is a task. Take, if you don't have, just go run, get a pen and paper, come back. And just write, give you half minute, 1 minute to write. Yeah, what are the good things? How have you helped the person? Maybe emotionally you supported the person. Maybe physically also supported, money wise. Just write it down. First questions of Naikan reflection is, What have you done for that person? If you're done, give me a thumbs up. I'll move to the second question. Once you give me a thumbs up, I will go to the second question. Think, feel, completely feel, go deep into this. Okay? The others, Tanmoy, Rajiv, Shubhra, Meenakshi, are you done writing? You can take time.
Yes.
Meenakshi, Riya, Fuldi, yes, yes. Okay. Then the second question, Shubhra, we are, I think, just done. Second question is Shubhra anyway sits with a beautiful notebook. You have all seen her note, you know. And why do I post? Because this is Shubhra's way of contributing as seva. Whichever way you contribute, you should contribute. It is very good for your own transformation. So yeah, the second question is what in how many good ways, what has that person done for you? Good things, not bad things, good things. How has he or she contributed in your life? The second question. Okay? उसने क्या क्या किया आपके लिए अच्छी चीजें कभी आपको दिलासा दिया होगा वो भी आपको अगर याद आ रहा है तो उसको भी लिखिए टेक योर टाइम एंड वंस यू आर डन यू विल गिव मी अ थम्स अप बहुत कुछ होगा ना उसने शायद कुछ भी नहीं होगा तो छोटा सा भी ही हेल्प अगर आपको कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है तो कुछ ना कुछ होगा जरूर उसने कैसे आपको हेल्प किया ओके आर वी डन कैन वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट हम सब ओके कुलदी रिया मीनाक्षी शुभ्रा
Yes.
तन्मय राजीव yeah I think so yeah the third question and the very interesting question is this is an eye opener how have you created in what ways have you created trouble in that person's life how have you what problems have you created for that person this take your time but you have to figure out how you have troubled that person you cannot say no zero trouble no there will be something there is somewhere you have created trouble in that person's life या फिर गलत जवाब दिया या फिर स्नैप कर दिया maybe you have snapped maybe bitched Rajiv is done okay see just by writing this it must be an eye opener does anybody wants to share just a shift anybody wants to share the shift in perspective just by writing these three questions कोई चेंज आप में आ रहा है यस राजीव यस
Didi, actually, there is not much change in what I think now, but I wanted to respond before actually to share my experience. Uh, it was with somebody like from work
hmm.
and people I get comfortable with. I normally share a lot of stuff,
Hmm.
and which I realize that I don't have to all the time, but I do
mm,
because I get open very not easily, but the person I'm comfortable with, it's
mm,
easier for me to get open up, and
mm,
I maybe share a lot and become friends and so on and stuff like that.
mm,
But uh, but sometimes when I see the inconsistency in the mood,
mm,
sometimes people are not feeling the same way, so
mm,
the reaction is sometimes different from other side, right?
mm,
Not exactly the way I expect, or not exactly the way it should be.
mm.
Sometimes the reaction can be mm, unkind,
Yeah.
or
Or
some other way.
they take you for, if you share so much, people use that information as an advantage. You mean, right?
Or just maybe think like this, okay, maybe he's too comfortable, and I can get away with not being kind or not being polite, or
Hmm. Hmm.
not being appropriate with him, or something like that. But
Absolutely.
a good thing also I notice in me, when I see it
Hmm.
happens for first time, I
Hmm.
never let it happen for the second time, because I then stop oversharing. Then I also become like very conscious about what I say to that
Hmm.
person, because I also like to keep my dignity up at all
Absolutely.
costs. So I don't share much, and I become like formal, or stay within my boundaries, what I should be talking about, what I should be sharing about.
Hmm.
So, and slowly, the tension comes back to normal. There is no tension, no conflict in my mind also.
Hmm.
But in the future also, I keep it in mind that I should not overshare, because
Hmm.
from this person, i i I got sometimes something
Hmm.
beyond my expectation, or he did not respect my investment in the relationship, if I
True.
may say.
Very true. Very
So I always keep that in mind, but I never give the
true.
chance back.
Absolutely. Even, you know what? Even you will see experiences, you will see I share depths of my life, and so many people they get so much of benefit. Vaishu says, दीदी आपका हर एक जीवन का मुझे आप इतने कनेक्टेड इसलिए लगते हो क्योंकि मैंने अपने जीवन के चैलेंजेस, आपके जीवन के चैलेंजेस मुझे लगता है कि मेरे साथ मिलता है बिकॉज आई शेयर. But you will see that I share only when I have overcome that. Okay, because never share, try to not share if that is too personal, try to not share it when you are in that problem because you have not overcome, right? So when you have not overcome, people have a tendency to judge, but when you have overcome it, it becomes a wisdom. Any problem is a problem, or a behavior or pattern till the time it is there. Once you overcome that, it means you have developed a lot of wisdom from that problem or that behavior or pattern, and that becomes wisdom for so many people. That's when I share it so that it helps so many people. So thank you so much, thank you so much, because it's like Rajiv, I can totally agree with you because I also had that. I used to feel that I share and then maybe people might take advantage, and many people have that. Many people have this fear that people will take advantage if they get to know about me, or I overshare, or then they will take me as not respect me. They'll think, oh, she's a loose person, can speak anything and do anything. I understand that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is also a
Didi,
process. Yeah.
just to add one more point, like we wrote the number 3 question here, like what problems you created in that person's life. So
Mm,
coming back to my context,
mm,
when I had this situation, I actually still recognize that person as a great friend.
mm,
I also remember that how many times I got helped from
mm,
that person, and I also strongly believe that he still got a good heart and good respect. But I never wished anything bad or unkind or unpolite. What
mm,
I did, I keep focus on my work, like my track, what I am giving in return. So I must not give any
yeah,
bad thinking for that person in
true.
return. I should not do anything bad for that person in return. I just stop sharing like I used to.
Yeah,
Okay, that's the best thing I thought I could do, because uh, so if somebody is not being consistent, I just stop feeding that emotion,
absolutely, absolutely.
right?
And also
I
people, yeah, Rajiv, also what happens is that everybody has their inner child. Okay. Some people, for them, everybody is different. For some people, when somebody overshares, they feel that, oh my God, that person is intruding my boundary. Okay. It is their trauma which is treating like that, because they have grown up in an environment which is closed, never share anything with anybody, always be like this. People will take it. Their parents have always told her, people will take advantage. Don't share, don't share, don't share. So they grow up in a very scary environment. So these people, when they meet such an open person, instead of understanding, oh, how open-hearted, pure-hearted that person is, they will feel that, oh, you know, no, stay away from that person. It's too much. Okay. So we all, so that also makes us feel that we should not take things personally. I will one day again start with the four agreements. Very important. My old friends, my old students have done the four agreements. Very beautiful book, Rajiv. Thank you for reminding. Maybe we'll do it coming week, four agreements. And it falls under all these things. That don't take things personally. It is their crap. Okay? Acha. So my story, okay, my experience is that, like every typical housewife, I also was a typical housewife. Sometimes I still become, where I crib. Okay, my husband doesn't do this and that and this, and he should have done this better, huh? And all these things. And Naikan meditation has, like पन्ना को ये और ज्यादा करना चाहिए था, ये करना चाहिए था, तुम तो ये भी नहीं करते हो, ये भी कर लो तुम, हाँ, देखो मैं कितना करती हूँ, तुमने नहीं किया. And this is like, sometimes it's normal, it's not fights, but comparisons or whatever that is. And previously, though, it was even more, huh? I used to do. So when Naikan meditation I did, and I when I counted what I did for him, the first thing was how much I did for him. So मुझे तो लग रहा था कि मैं अपने पति के लिए बहुत करती हूँ, बहुत करती हूँ. Okay, but when I counted how much I did for him, and then I asked that how much he did for me. I said, oh my God, his balance is too high. He has done a lot more than what I've done for him. That brought me a lot of shame, and my arrogance and my ego has broken down, where I had to prove that up, you don't do anything, I do this, see, I'm sacrificing so much and all these things. Okay. And how, and also, sometimes we have a tendency, women are a good complaint masters. We are always good in complaining, victim, playing victim cards and everything. So the third question, that how I have created problem in my husband's life, huh? Made me very 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 humbled me कि मैंने इस बेचारे को कितना परेशान किया यार. Okay. So friends, we have a tendency to always have a holier than thou attitude. कि मेरे साथ सब बुरा करते हैं, मैं तो बहुत अच्छी हूँ. मैं तो तू हूँ, types. Karina Kapoor. But when we do the Naikan meditation, it brings us to place कि तुमने भी बहुत problems किए हैं किसी और के जीवन में, और उसने भी तुम्हारे लिए बहुत किया है. तुमने ही सिर्फ नहीं किया है, उसने भी तुम्हारे लिए बहुत किया है. Okay. So this Naikan is a very beautiful way of humbling ourselves and always seeing. It's always, otherwise we always see our side कि मैंने इतना किया है, मेरे साथ ये हुआ है, उसने मेरे साथ ये किया है, and everything. We don't see the other person's side. Naikan reflection is a beautiful way of seeing both the sides and coming to a common ground. And a very small, short, but beautiful experience that I had is that, I have my husband's eldest brother's daughter, niece. Hmm? Last year, last year, yes, last year we went to Kumbh Mela. I think 1.5 years back. We went to Kumbh Mela, and I went from here, and my one of my devar and my another Jade's daughter, they went. Three of us went to Kumbh Mela. We stayed together. Suddenly, she was actually very blunt and very insulting. Okay? So at that moment, I was thinking, कि मैं तो चाची हूँ. She's quite old because the eldest, you know, his eldest brother's daughter, 27, 28, 26, 27 now. Now at the time she was 26. So she's just started insulting me, in an auto, and I was like taken aback. कभी नहीं करती है, but she was she कुछ blunt बोलने लगी and everything, and not indirectly, but I knew she was insulting me and all these things. And I was like little sad for a while. Okay, why? I know, yes, everybody has, so we don't need to pick up on what her side, what her problem. Yes, many people have this I am everything, I know everything attitude. तो वो होता है, सब सब अलग अलग people है. So, that I am not counting and what that person is, how that person is. No, she's very nice in so many things. Few things, yes. But ऐसा क्यों behave किया? When I did my Naikan, I do my Naikan reflection. And when I did my Naikan reflection, I realized that around that time was my period time. And I became extremely cranky during that time. And actually, it was very hard for her to manage her chachi because her chachi was very cranky in the last 2, 3 days because she was going to have her periods. We women have those things, right? We become a little cranky and, restless and all these things. So, nahi, ye nahi karna hai, wo karenge and everything. And then I realized, yeah, ठीक है, I was hurt. She should not have spoken like this. I'm elder to her and everything, but I have also done something for which maybe little bit of trigger has gone from my side. Yeah, इस वजह से उसने ऐसे behave किया. So see how Naikan reflection has really helped me, friends. Really. अदरवाइज अगर ये नाइकान रिफ्लेक्शन मेरे जीवन में बहुत बहुत जगह में मुझे काम किया है, अदरवाइज हम बहुत एरोगेंट हो जाते हैं. वी बिकम एक्सट्रीमली एरोगेंट एंड वी स्टार्ट judging people. This person has done this to me, this person has done this to me, but what I have contributed, how have I made that person's life difficult, we don't even figure it out. The third question is the most important question. Okay, so we will do Naikan reflection today. If you have friends, we are going to be doing intense meditations from now onwards. Please come either having your dinner light or long back. Finish your dinner by 7. ऐसे में भी बोलते हैं कि 7 बजे तक हमारा dinner खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. Especially we are yogis. We are yogis. We might be in modern dresses. We are yogis, friends. Yogis should finish food by 7. ओके 7, 8, 7:30 तक 8 तक मैक्सिमम खत्म कर दो खाना, so that you are light by the time you sit for meditations. Yeah, and we will now do the meditation with everybody. Yes, I think only